Your Friday night entertainment viewing has just gotten a whole lot better. Welcome to Trendz Live. Tonight we shine a spotlight on South Africa's digital trailblazers as Humanz announces the winners of its inaugural Humanz Top 20 Awards, celebrating creators who are redefining influence with authenticity, innovation, and impact. We're also on the red carpet for the 2026 Metro FM Awards nominations, where the biggest names in the music industry gather, and the excitement for one of the country's most anticipated nights in entertainment is already building. Then we escape the city for a breathtaking afternoon at Rosemary Hill, where luxury meets nature in the perfect scenic getaway. And in studio, author Gugu Mbuku joins us to share his new book, thoughtfully written to explore matters of the heart. So sit back, relax, and let us take you on a journey of inspiration, lifestyle, and entertainment. This is Trendz Live.
Oh yes, it's a feel-good Friday. Welcome to Trendz Live on SABC News. I'm DC, but you can call me Mne. As we wrap up the month of love, we're giving you the very best of culture, lifestyle, and music entertainment. Listen, catch up with us on our social media. Our handle is @Trendz on SABC. So much to do, so little time, but I promise you, we're going to get through it all. Let's kickstart the show this evening. We take a look at the things that have been trending on international entertainment news. Have a look.
There was plenty of color and embellishment on the BAFTA's red carpet recently, with several stars opting for frocks in bright hues, structural dresses, and gowns adorned with embellishments. Actor Rose Byrne chose a lemon yellow embellished Miu Miu dress, while Jessie Buckley and Wunmi Musaku chose gowns in blue. For accessories, many actors added lapel brooches to their looks, while Hamlet actors Noah Jupe and Riz Ahmed had opted not to wear shirts with their suits. We then head over to Italy. The bell tower of Florence's Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, known as Giotto's Campanile, is set to undergo its first full restoration due to commence soon. While the monument has undergone several restorations in the past, these have only involved individual sections. A comprehensive intervention has now become necessary to ensure safety due to the extensive deterioration of the exterior surfaces. The tower, a stone structure entirely clad in marble, rises 85 meters and is climbed via a staircase of 414 steps. Giotto was commissioned to design and begin construction in the year 1334, though the building was completed only after his death in 1359. Colombian pop star Shakira will be performing for free at a concert in Mexico City's Zocalo Square this weekend. The singer sold out more than 12 shows at Estadio GNP Seguros during her recent world tour, setting attendance records at the venue. Around 780,000 tickets were sold, with roughly 65,000 fans attending each night in September. Shakira is due to return to the stadium at the end of February, days before the free performance in the city's iconic Central Plaza. And that's a wrap on this week's entertainment news around the globe.
We're back again next week with more entertainment news. Now, awards season is in full swing and the Metro FM Music Awards are back and setting the standard. I was in Hyde Park, Johannesburg last night at the nominations announcement to find out who is in the vying for those highly coveted Metro FM Music Awards. Have a look. As the sun sets in Hyde Park, Johannesburg, the music stars of the country are coming out to play. Yep, we're rolling out the black carpet once again, gearing up for MMA 26. I've got the VIP pass to take you behind the black velvet ropes to take a peek at the fashion, chat to your favorite personalities and musicians, all while we find out who is in the vying for those coveted Metro FM Music Awards. Come along. The Metro FM Music Awards celebrate excellence and shines the spotlight on deserving talent.
It really is quite important to have, an evening that we dedicate, towards recognizing our artists in the country. I mean, everybody around the world knows the kind of great talent that we have in South Africa. But sometimes if you don't tell people how great they are, if you don't, recognize them, they might be discouraged, to do what they do. We need to keep the creative spirit of South Africa going.
Keeping with the creative spirit, we are going back to Durban.
The move back to Durban is really something that we were looking forward to as a station. And after a successful 3 years in Mpumalanga, there was no other place to go to but eThekwini.
Synonymous with the MMAs is, of course, the fashion expression on the black carpet.
I think the exciting thing about the black carpet is that every year it's kind of different, Everyone comes up with a different genre, a different look, and I feel like every year we're kind of serving something that is very authentic. But this year, I feel like because we are spotlighting 2 new genres this year at the Metro FM Music Awards 2026, I feel like I'm feeling newness on the black carpet this year. Definitely a lot of newness.
I'm expecting to see super high fashion, street culture. I know the South Africans are going to bring their best foot forward. And remember, we no longer follow trends, we create trends. So South Africa is now leading in that front.
And while the fashion expectations are high, the music stakes are even higher.
The best Likompo and best Maskandi are new categories that have been introduced for this year's Metro FM Music Awards. That just reminds you that it's important to be able to recognize more people who are making music that South Africans love.
Outside of myself, Jazz World and Tukutela, they really had an amazing year. Shandesh as well.
Shandesh for me. I really want to see Lord Kez this year.
Shandesh, Janesh, Karishma, Makazi, Hitboss, Shebe. I'm very excited to see all of them.
With Smash Africa and Lamise Hallworthy hosting the evening, we got on with the business of the day. These are your nominees.
I'm so happy, I'm so proud of myself. It shows Neribereka until Babona Lekompo Lilona, it's a genre, out of which Leona Sanchi Badiwe, lead the genre of music. Shandesh is a brand, and I've worked very, very, very much, especially last year.
I'm excited. It's actually 4 nominations right now, at the moment. Unkulunkule Multenjalo, we're still doing this thing from 2021 till now, Ngiyabonga kakhulu. I'm excited because, I was once a Metro FM award winning artist of the year. So hopefully Nkulunkule Multenjalo, they bless us with, this awards, and ngiyabonga kakhulu wonke umuntu osilalelayo.
To be honest with you, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect to be recognized in this way. I just wanted to be in my alternative bubble, do my own thing, tour the world. I just want to make music. That's it. And it feels good to be recognized. People need healing, man, and people need to hear my voice. And the world needs a little bit of comfort. Shout out to the herd. Shout out to the herd, man.
Before we let them go, we asked your faves to give us a line from their favorite artist.
Yeah! Shandi! Wait again. I don't have my phone here.
Not quite, Smash, but we had a blast. I'll see you in Durban. We can't wait to see you at the Metro FM Music Awards 2026. Now, healthy eating and an active lifestyle are critical additions to self-love. As we navigate this concept, we need to take heed to what these entail. In studio, we're joined by Yana Retief and Nicola Waya from the Noakes Foundation, or TNF if you like, that supports academic free speech and independent scientific research for the truth regarding nutrition and healthy living. They are with us in studio just to talk about what they do and to remind us of the nuggets necessary for holistic living. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having us.
I like that. You see, we're already in sync.
We're so excited to be here. Thank you.
Oh man, we're excited to have you. Let's get straight into it, right? Because I think this is such an interesting thing to chat about. Yana, I'll start with you. You do scientific research for the truth regarding nutrition and healthy eating. What are some of the loopholes in food that need to be researched?
So I think we can all agree that nutrition is very important for our health. Often the question comes, what type of nutrition is optimal for human health? And nutrition research can be very confusing, and there's a lot of reasons for that, and it can be because of the methodology, the way the research are being interpreted, and also industry influence. So what we are trying to do is to translate nutrition information into an understandable and practical way for the everyday person out there to understand.
Ooh,
and how we do that is through one of our initiatives. It's called the Eat Better South Africa. That is our community outreach program, and that's where we teach and educate community members around proper nutrition. We also got a sister organization called the Nutrition Network, and that is aimed at medical healthcare professionals, because often the research can even be confusing to them. And some of the guidelines we are currently following has been based on research that hasn't really held up over the years. So it's really important for us to look at it from a critical angle to understand what really is optimal nutrition.
Sure, that's incredible work that you guys are doing. I think it's really phenomenal. Nicola, I'm going to come to you, right? Because there's a lot of information, just like Yana said. I want to find out, what are some of the lifestyle diseases that we are privy to if we're not deliberate about the foods that we ingest?
So yeah, the thing is, most people are not so intentional about what they put in their bodies. So that's when we have diseases like type 2 diabetes, we have hypertension, that is also high blood pressure, and the other thing is most people are suffering from obesity. And you might find out that these things don't just happen overnight. In these conditions, they take a long time. So that's why we will have most problems in the future. Yeah.
And then you don't realize and you think, oh my goodness me, I'm diabetic now, but this is something that has been building. Yana, you mentioned a project that you have, Eat Better South Africa. Maybe let's elaborate on that. Briefly tell us about how this benefits our people and who does it reach?
So Eat Better South Africa was founded by the Noakes Foundation for exactly that reason. You know, often as the layperson out there, they don't have access to proper nutrition education and understanding what this does to our body. As well as people often think following a healthy lifestyle is expensive. And through our program, we are showing that practical ways, affordable food choices can help you improve your life. So we look at things like chronic disease. What does it mean when you have type 2 diabetes? What's happening in your body? What is hypertension? And how do we develop these diseases over time? And what people don't realize is that these conditions or metabolic disease can be improved. And in some cases, we've seen type 2 diabetics put their diabetes in remission, and people can reduce their medication by making healthier lifestyle choices.
Oh, I love that. And I think I resonate so much with that, because in my mind, I always think, if I'm going to be eating healthier, that's going to be more expensive because I just need to buy all these foods that are way out of my price range, which now you're clarifying is not true. Nicola, I want to come back to you, right? This seems like such a simple mission, but it's so powerful. Maybe tell us how it's changed your life.
So before Eat Better South Africa, I was wheelchair bound for 6 years and constantly unwell. I was just in and out the hospital. But then I started the program, Eat Better South Africa, and I had to unlearn the things that I thought were healthy and started changing from refined carbs and then changing from the processed foods. So that also changed my life. Within a space of a month, I was able to walk again.
Wow.
And here I am, also a community coach at the Noon Clinic in Cape Town.
Oh, wow. Yay! I think that deserves a round of applause. My goodness me, that's fantastic. Congratulations, Nicola. Wow. Yana, let me come back to you, right? Because sugar is a big thing in all of our lives, and it's such a big red flag. We eat processed foods, and we're just not even aware of these things that we're putting in our bodies, and it causes so much ailments, or so many ailments, rather. How do we try and eat things like sugar and processed foods responsibly. And this is such a teaching moment because I know you've got ingredients and you've got nutritional info for me.
Yes, I've got so much that I would love to share with you and the viewers. So I think the key is to educate yourself around the nutritional information of the food that you are eating. So often we don't think there's sugar in, let's say, something like pap or bread, pasta, or even chips, because why? It's savory. How can there be sugar in it? But often people don't realize, especially refined carbohydrates, once you consume that, your body breaks that down as sugar. That causes your blood sugar to rise, and that releases the hormone called insulin. And if that happens several times a day over a span of years, you develop chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, hypertension, obesity. So it's really important to understand what we are putting into our bodies. And I think I would love to share a little bit with the viewers on how do we know what is in our food.
Please do.
Yes.
I understand you have a list of ingredients over there.
Yes.
Yes.
So I would love to just use this as an example. So this is a standard cereal that a lot of people will have for breakfast. The cereal in itself is not necessarily very sweet. So people tend to add sugar on top of it. So if you ask them, okay, so how many teaspoons of sugar was in your breakfast? They'll be like, maybe 3, because that's what I added on my cereal. However, if you look a little bit closer, you will see at the ingredients list, right? This is not a random order. The ingredient that is listed first, second, third, all the way till the end, is from most to least. So in this case, you can see that already the second ingredient is sugar in the cereal. Then we spoke a little bit about carbohydrates, and specifically refined carbohydrates, and how that breaks down into sugar in your body. And maize is a form of carbohydrate. So then when we look at the nutritional information, so that is also what you can find on the back of any product that you buy in store.
On all products?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You can have a look at it, and you can go all the way down until you find carbohydrates. And then you can divide that between 4 and 5 grams, right? And that will give you the number of teaspoons of sugar in a serving. So if you think about a bowl of cereal, 40 grams in this case, which is not a lot, that will come down to about 8 teaspoons of sugar that you'll be consuming.
Over and above the sugar that you're going to add.
Now, be honest, how many teaspoons of sugar do you add? 3, 4? So just in that bowl of sugar, bowl of sugar, of cereal.
A hefty bowl of sugar.
You can have up to 12 teaspoons of sugar.
Yeah.
That's excluding the sugar you have in your tea and coffee. And maybe also, just for interest's sake, some other information I can share is like foods like pap can contain up to 5 teaspoons of sugar in just a serving, rice 9, a slice of bread 3.5, and I mean then we're not even talking about the sodas, the energy drinks, the chips, the chocolates, and everything else we have in between.
Oh, that's incredible. Wow, I never would have thought. Ladies, I unfortunately do have to let you go because we are out of time, but thank you so much for coming through and educating us. I think my life has changed, and I definitely will be finding out more about you guys. I'm sure we can follow you on social media quickly.
Facebook, Instagram, the Noakes Foundation, Eat Better South Africa. You will find us there.
It's incredible. Thank you so much to the ladies from the Noakes Foundation, TNF, if you like, teaching us about the nutrition in our food and the things that we put into our body. We're going to take a quick ad break. It's more of Trendz Live when we return. Stick around. Welcome back to the show. You're still watching Trendz Live on SABC News. Now, the South African creator economy is taking center stage as Humanz, a 360 AI-powered influencer marketing platform, announces the top 20 creators who are shaping the future of storytelling at their very first Humanz Top 20 Recognition Awards. We caught up with some of the honorees, and this is what took place.
The Humanz Top 20 is a first for South Africa, where creators receive prestigious status that is set to recognize them and set them apart from the rest.
The whole premise is that at Humanz, we have an app. Through this app, we connect creators and brands. And on this app, we have all the data of all the content that goes out on their platform, how does it perform, and then the human beings in the organization work with all of these creators. So they also have the sense of, are these people professional? Do they deliver on time? Are they transparent? And at Humanz, as employees, we're not bystanders. We're on the timeline. We're watching their content and we see the things that we do, which allows us to form a holistic vision of who these people are from a data-led perspective and also through our interactions with them. The 20 is the top 20 creators who are role models, thought leaders, and some of them are contentpreneurs. Contentpreneurs in that they started a business that helps move the industry forward. They could have a content studio, they could have ebooks or PDFs that teach creators something valuable about the industry.
We are here to celebrate some of the greatest creative minds that have kind of graced South Africa in the last 5 years since lockdown. You know, we've developed our own little industry, and apparently we are the top 20 leaders of it.
Are you also on the wall somewhere?
Yeah, somewhere. My picture is very small. Very keep it humble. So it's a young one somewhere.
Okay, and then wherever he goes, you're going.
Basically, it's the Twin Tower combination. Yeah.
What does it mean for your brand to be on the top 20?
I mean, it means a lot because obviously we're being recognized, but at the same time, it shows that we can pave the way for other creators coming after us to do the most.
I feel pressure. It feels like people will be watching us for our next mistakes and stuff, because if we are the so-called top 20, let's see how good they are type thing. You know, it brings pressure, but also brings a great spotlight, an opportunity for us to showcase ourselves at the highest level. So I'm happy. Bring the pressure.
I was gonna say, you have to be a certain way amongst your peers, because if you're not on the wall, what does it mean even?
Look, everybody is dope at what they do. Recognition and not being recognized doesn't mean you're not dope at what you do. It's just a level of consistency that you have to apply in order to be on the wall. So it starts with us and it can end with you.
Known for her twist in creations in the kitchen, Chef Prue curated the menu for the event.
So you don't just cook online, you do catering as well?
So I do for like small business like this, I don't mind. But like catering gigs where I have to cook at a wedding, I don't think I want to get into that.
Okay, so what else do you do then? Like when you're not creating content, what do you do?
I'm a full-time chef student. Yes, so if I'm not creating content, I'm at school. If I'm not at school, I'm creating content.
Nadia Jafta, lifestyle and beauty influencer, shared her plans for 2026, announcing the wedding bells that's in the mix.
It's always an amazing feeling to be recognized for the work that you do, and as a creator, you know, this is a new space for us, but I think we're definitely dominating. For my brand, it's definitely always is a level of elevation, because it's always good to say in your bio, award-winning content creator, you know, it just gives you a bit more legitimacy, and Humanz is perfect for that. Me, in 2026, I'm getting married. In 2026, I'm starting a few businesses, and just a lot more personal passion projects. I'm really going to dig deep and hone into my craft this year.
She's known for her famous line, which I could never get right. And you can see I'm trying to keep a straight face, because every time I have to say it, I crack up. Please do it for me one last time so that I don't forget it. Do it for us.
Okay. For you, anything?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Monezwa, and I make meals using items that have grown, raised, or foraged.
How do you feel being part of the top 20 though?
I'm very excited. It feels really good to be recognized for something that is just me taking videos with my little phone at home. It really feels great to be in this space with peers and people that whose content I enjoy, who keep us entertained all the time. So I feel very honored to be in the company of peers.
Yeah. Who's your favorite at the moment?
I love Jax. I love Jax. Very informative. That's my kind of content. I'm more into like informative news type of content. So I really love that. I love Prue because also she cooks as well. So I know Bali's supposed to be here. I don't know. I haven't seen her yet.
She's downstairs.
I also love her content a lot. So I do follow a lot of people who cook and a lot of informative news content. Hi, I'm Ona Zombola and you are watching Trendz Live.
It's truly interesting. And sticking with the theme of interesting, here's something you'll find really interesting. Today, we're shifting the conversation around beauty and aesthetics by exploring the growing link between skin health and overall well-being. Increasingly, experts are encouraging a move away from quick cosmetic fixes towards a more holistic approach, one that considers not only what we apply to our skin, but also what is happening inside the body, particularly in the gut. To help us better understand how gut health, lifestyle habits, and modern aesthetic treatments work together to support healthier skin, we're joined by aesthetic and medical doctor, Dr. Maureen Alem. Doc, welcome to Trendz Live.
Thank you for having me. It's so great to be able to educate the public on how important gut health is, because it affects health, and then it ultimately affects your skin health.
100%. Doc, let's dive straight into it, right? We're seeing a clear shift away from quick aesthetic fixes towards long-term skin health. What is driving this mindset change amongst patients?
You know what, we're still seeing patients coming in for a quick fix. So it takes the aesthetic medical doctor to actually explain to the patients that it's not just about a quick fix, it's about a patient journey, and it's about improving your skin health, which is connected to the gut. You know, you have the whole gut-skin axis, which is crucial because 80% of the immunity starts in the gut, believe it or not.
Wow.
And 80% of inflammation starts in the gut. That's what Hippocrates said thousands of years ago, that the disease starts in the gut. So it's so important to get your gut right, especially in this modern day world where we just bombarded by environmental pollution, we bombarded by what we eat and how often we eat. So it's so important to get that gut right.
Oh, that's so true. And I think it's so important to educate ourselves on the things that we put inside our body. But let's chat about skin health, right? When you speak about skin health rather than just skin appearance, what does that mean in practical terms for the everyday person?
Okay, so skin appearance is when you see a patient, they've got wrinkles, they've got pigmentation, they've got redness. But skin health is what is driving those wrinkles, driving that redness, driving that inflammation, driving that pigmentation. And that's where skin health comes into being, because it's not only about taking the pigmentation away, you know, or removing it or improving it on the face. It's improving the driving causes which are coming from the gut. So we call it our pillars of health. So number one, sleep is so important. And all of this affects skin health, because that is when your gut lining regenerates, and that is when your collagen is stimulated, and then you get insulin. So, you know, if we keep on eating sugary foods and eating sugary foods and processed foods all day, you'll find that you spike insulin, and insulin is the damaging hormone because it gums up all your proteins in your skin. And you'll find that, so it not only gums up the protein and proteins cause bad skin health, it also causes a lot of inflammation. And inflammation drives disease, as I said. And then there are many other factors, the gut health, and there's not just one little thing for gut health. There are so many pillars of the gut health. So the foundation is that you have to reset your lifestyle, because our genes load the gun, and what you do and what you eat pulls the trigger. So we have to calm those genes down. It's called epigenetics. So we have to calm those genes down. And that's what we explain in consultations. To improve your skin health, you've got to do these daily habits, basic principles, which people have forgotten or people haven't been taught.
I love that.
So it's so important to have proper skin health advice and education, so that you don't just come for quick fixes.
I like that, Doc. And I want us to talk about improving our skin naturally, because you're saying we need to improve our habits and things like that. What are lifestyle and dietary habits that we can change, and how can we change those so that we can better support our gut health and healthier skin in turn?
So it starts off with removing the bad foods. Okay, so the inflammatory foods, and unfortunately our staple diet is very inflammatory. So it's grains. So I just have the acronym GOADS. So grains, gluten. You know, so we eat bread all day. We eat, and very often the way the grains are grown are very inflammatory. Okay, so grains, if you can reduce that, which is, you know, difficult in some populations. oil, so processed food, so anything that comes in a packet is full of these industrial seed oils, which are totally inflammatory on the body and on the gut. Then you get alcohol. Alcohol is a toxin, and we shouldn't even be drinking daily. You know, the new trend is not to even have a drink a day, because alcohol, the body it's so busy. The liver's so busy getting rid of the alcohol that it doesn't do the other basic detoxification
What it's made for.
Yes. It's so busy getting rid of this alcohol, the toxin that's, produced when you drink alcohol. Dairy, so another staple diet, very often it's not the lactose, which people can be intolerant to. It's the protein in the dairy that can be totally inflammatory on the gut. And then sugar. So those are the thing, I call it goads. Don't goad me.
Don't goad me.
Absolutely. And it's like hard when you're out there in the community, what to eat and, to find foods. But there are foods you can eat. Like you have to have like a high intake of omega fats. So that is, I call it the smash foods. So if you're in the upper bracket, you can eat salmon, but there's sardines, there's mackerel, there's anchovies, there's herring, there's, you get the mackerel in the tin. So those are amazing for the body, totally anti-inflammatory. Then you can eat gelatin, which has got the glycine, which helps for detoxification and helps the lining of the gut. So there are foods that you can eat, and just try not to drink too many sodas or, the cool drinks. Try not to have that, drink water. Preferably, if you can, to drink purified water, because we know what the water contains
100%.
these days, full of estrogen, all the xenoestrogens. So there are ways that you can actually improve. And then eat the rainbow. So what I find is very easy is to actually, you can get vegetables, but very often when vegetables finally arrive on your plate, they're days old.
100%.
And the nutrients are actually being leached out from the vegetables. So what I do, I have the frozen, because they're freshly frozen vegetables, and you just lightly steam that. And that steaming keeps all the nutrients and the antioxidants in the vegetables, the polyphenols, instead of boiling them, which you leach out all the, the good stuff in the vegetables. So
100%.
Eat the rainbow. Yeah.
Eat the rainbow. Doc, I like that. Unfortunately, we are out of time, but I feel like we've learned so much about how we can take care of our gut and in turn take care of our skin. I think we can come and visit you for more information. We could chat the whole day about this.
It's all about education and information.
100%.
And to get the information out there so people understand.
100%.
How to protect their health and then protect their skin.
Protect your health and then protect your skin. That's Dr. Maureen Allen joining us, telling us about how we can protect and better our gut health and in turn better our skin. We're going to take a quick ad break. It's more of Trendz Live when we return. Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz Live on SABC. Now, as we round off Love Month, we now draw attention to the importance of leaving when relationships are not working in your favor anymore. In studio, we're joined by a seasoned author, speaker, and thought leader whose work bridges faith, leadership, personal development, and emotional intelligence. Gugu Mbuku is known for delivering transformative messages that inspire clarity, courage, and intentional living. His book, I Had to Leave to Live, reflects his passion for helping people break free from limiting environments and guiding them to step into lives marked by purpose and alignment. He is here to unpack the treasures in this book. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gugu Mbuku. I called him a superstar author and he said, no, I'll take the author.
I'll take the author for now. But
welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. Greetings to all the viewers at home. Excited.
Awesome. Let's dive straight into it. The title of the book, I Had to Leave to Live, is such a heavy title. And I mean, it's so true on so many respects. But let's talk about where and how the need for this book was born.
Look, I get that a lot, by the way, of the heaviness of the title. It came from an epiphany of realizing the difference between surviving and living. that surviving is reactive living, but living is actually active. You actively engage with life and every circumstance, and then you are able to not just maintain the status quo, but literally shape the outcome of what you desire in your life.
Oh, I love that. And I mean, the moving from surviving to living is, I think, the thing about taking back control. Let's chat about that. The concept of taking back control of one's life is not always the easiest, right?
It's not.
Why do you think we struggle with that as people?
The one thing that cripples people from taking back control is fear. And that's the biggest culprit, because fear imprisons you into thinking that what might happen will actually happen. And then you don't want to move from where you are. It keeps you confined in what you think is the place of comfort. And it's not comfort, it's just confinement.
Sure.
So people look at it that way, and then they never move, because who am I outside of this environment? So I don't want to find out, what if that person fails? What if that person is not really adequate in anything? So it keeps them there.
Sure, and more often than not, it's an unrealistic thing. We imagine the worst case scenario, but never the best case scenario.
No, we don't. We always focus. The negative is so loud that whatever is a possible positive is silenced.
Out of sight. My goodness me. Let's chat about the key lessons and teachings that you hope that we get from this book when we read it.
The one most important lesson is the understanding that when you choose yourself, you're not being selfish. It is actually necessary, because nobody wants to live with a person who doesn't know who they are. Nobody wants to live with them. You don't want to live with yourself when you don't know who you are. So overarching everything is the realization of who you are. So you have to consistently choose yourself and stop saying yes to things you should be saying no to. And I've done that a couple of times in my life. And that's where it hit me that, wait, I'm allowing things in my life that are not serving me, and allowing myself to stay in relationships that have run their course, because relationships also can be seasonal, various types of relationships. Now, when it comes to romantic relationships, it's important to understand that when you have to fight for attention, when you have to fight for recognition, where you are being gaslighted, your feelings are invalidated, you are always told you don't measure up, or this is a favor for you, you should be grateful for whatever.
Or you're imagining things.
The relationship, whatever it's serving you, you should be grateful for it. Now, those relationships, those are the ones that people need to learn to choose themselves and not choose to stay in a place that no longer serves who you are, because you will lose yourself and lose your purpose. Your purpose is always attached to your identity. When you lose your identity, you lose your purpose.
That is so true. And it's so triggering, because I think a lot of people can resonate with this. I mean, I for one. But look, we're closing off the month of love, right? And a phenomenon that we cannot ignore is the concept of toxic relationships, like you're speaking about now. We're just like, this is not serving me anymore. You speak about this in chapter 3 of the book. How would you define the idea of a toxic relationship?
I think two words become too loud for me when we talk toxic relationships. It is control and manipulation. Toxic relationships thrive on that. There's no love. There's two roles: superiority, and there is subordination. One is a superior and the other one is a subordinate.
There's a power struggle there.
Yeah, there's a power struggle. And you're always manipulated towards dependency. So that you feel like you are indebted to this person. You cannot leave this, and it's high maintenance. That's another thing. So you're always fighting. You're always fighting to be heard. Always fighting to be seen. Always having to prove yourself. And that's when even those efforts are not really acknowledged or even recognized. You are consistently, the other party is not doing much. They just doing the bare minimum.
They're not pulling their weight.
I think it's called breadcrumbing or something.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. So that your emotions are trivialized. Everything about you is just suppressed to even make you feel like you are losing your mind.
Sure. I think that's gaslighting at its best, when you feel like I am losing my mind, and you're just like, I know I'm not crazy.
and you are prone to taking blame for everything that goes wrong in the
100%.
relationship, because you are driven in that direction to always be the one apologizing, always be the one that say, oh, it was my fault, or I did.
Just to keep the peace.
Yeah, just to keep the peace.
Yeah, no, Gugu, listen, there are a lot of nuggets in this book, and I think I definitely also want to get my hands in on it and just dive in just so that I can learn from it. Where can I find this book? Where is it available? Please.
So for people who are viewing at home, the book is available from our website, and it is www.gugumbuku.org. Gugumbuku.org, that's the website, the online store. You can find the book there, place your orders, and you will see all the information there. And you can also connect with us on social media platforms. If you get stuck and you need some assistance, or on the website, you'll see the contact us page. You'll get the information, and we'll help you get the book, and you can start your journey to freedom and full living.
Oh, I love that. The journey to freedom and full living. www.gugumbuku.org. That's where you can get your hands on the book. Loads of lessons for us to practice and be intentional about the changes needed in our relationships. Thank you so much for your offering, Gugu. We cannot wait to see you with another book soon that will help set us free and guide us towards the light. Yes? Clock it. Listen, on to this now. Something truly incredible. Lebu M's voice is more than just music. It is also a global signature of African storytelling. From shaping the powerful soundscape of The Lion King to building world-class productions that spotlight South African talent, he has carried our arts and culture into some of the biggest stages in the world. Trendz Live producer Bulelani Lukokwana sat down with this legendary composer to unpack more about his journey. Have a look.
For decades, Lebu M has carried the rhythm of Africa into cinemas, theatres and arenas across the world. Now he turns the spotlight inward, reflecting on a journey shaped by bold ambition and cultural pride. We step into Lebu M's chapter where celebration meets intention and where the next wave of storytellers is being prepared for the world stage.
A million more moments that came long before we did the Lion King movie with Humanz. The project that introduced me and Humanz to Disney is actually my first movie called The Power of One. Before that, I had done the Oscars, I'd done the Grammys and performed around the country in the US. But the introduction to the Disney via The Lion King is the music introduced us. The product that we did before The Lion King is a movie called The Power of One. The soundtrack from The Power of One, we look at it more like the appetizer to the Lion King soundtrack. So we sort of developed a product and an idea that incorporated African orchestral music with Eurocentric music and produced at the highest level. The lyrical content of the entire Lion King is the most South African you can ever be in being inspired how to tell a story through music. Because the lyrical content of the Lion King is inspired by my being in between two countries and rising with the arrival of the new democracy. So by the time Simba takes over the Pride Land, I'm 2 feet away from former President Mandela being the first president. So I'm living in two worlds at the same time.
Lebu M also shares his personal favorite moments throughout his journey and the memories that have shaped it, leaving a lasting impact on his heart.
I think there are key specific moments that stand out, and now it's not receiving the Grammy, it's not all the accolades, it's just watching my childhood dreams unfold. And they don't just unfold there overnight. Some projects, like the projects we're revealing tonight, have been projects that have been in the makings more than 5 years. But one of my most recent highlights is doing my dream venue, the Hollywood Bowl. We did 30 years of the Lion King at the Hollywood Bowl last year. but the one that stands out for me is the Hollywood Bowl, because I used to drive a taxi in Los Angeles, and I used to park my taxi by the Hollywood Bowl and say, one day I'm going to play this venue, and I played him being the highlight of the Lion King celebration. So there's those kind of moments that become more special.
We also had the opportunity to connect with members of Lebo M's inner circle, those who have witnessed his journey and the impact of his legacy up close.
I'm looking forward to seeing his miracles because, wow, he's the best in the whole country, even overseas. I am cherishing him as a person, especially because I was friends with his mom. I used to run a casting agency, and his mom played Mama Ganandi Ushaga Le Ka Henry Tel. Yes, so we always used to talk about Lebo M, and I've been invited to his place, and I was treated so graciously. And also, I love his work. I mean, The Lion King is forever, don't you agree? Yeah, and I cry all the time when I see it, because I see the evil in human beings, which doesn't change.
Majority of South Africans actually don't know Lebo M, and the role is played in the arts industry, not here only in South Africa, all over the world. After 1994, even then, when he came to South Africa and met him in person, late 80s, I was in New York in one, and actually saw him, but I was too afraid to really go to him and actually introduce myself to him. This was in the 80s, and I was still young before even reaching the 30. And I was really so proud to really see him in front of the theater where the show was performing. So I think for me, when I got an opportunity to meet him when he came back to South Africa, was just a privilege.
The Lebo M legacy is alive, evolving, and now extends to television with his upcoming reality show, The Last Queen Standing. This truly has been an exclusive look into the journey of a true legend.
Oh man, a true legend indeed. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for this evening, but fear not, because we're back again next week, Friday, 8 p.m. exclusively on SABC News. If you missed us this evening, then fear not, because you can catch up with us on our SABC News YouTube channel or on SABC Plus. But you can call me Mne. From myself and the rest of the team. Until next time, au revoir. Bye-bye.